Okay.
I'll say that politely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, I'll say that politely.
No,
Right.
we talk shit when we have range. We won't be angry at
Okay.
it.
Well, I was
They're
fired for
li-
no reason. How about that?
Yeah, this for the people carrying weight they never show. Trying to hold a family together while they breaking low. For the ones who built themselves with no applause. Still standing tall after everything they lost. This ain't about attention or designer names. This is real life, real pressure, real change. The quiet victories, nobody claps for the long nights. Praying something opens that locked door. Everybody got a chapter full of pressure and scars. Some survived hell without becoming hard. Some learned strength through grief and survival. Some became hope in the middle of denial. And maybe the
welcome to
world
We Have
never
Range.
knows
I'm Michelle Gresham, co-founder of We Have Range.
And I'm Ivory Jordan, co-founder of We Have Range. We Have Range is a media and podcast platform highlighting the stories of everyday people who are doing extraordinary things.
Fire.
Fire. And what we believe is, yes, I'm sure there's lots of really cool celebrities and famous people, but there are also regular people, the other 99%, that are also doing incredible work professionally, personally, and from a passion perspective. So let's get into it. Today, we are going to be highlighting Chris and Renee Brown, and they are both individually have remarkable range. We like to call our guests range mavericks.
Yep.
And they also are a collective. Their beautiful unit and what they do together is incredible too. But before we get into it, I will highlight they are a soon to be a family of 3 and are expecting, which we love babies around here on the We Have Range podcast.
I like to give them back, though.
Michelle likes to return them. I have a 16-month-old, so, we own different planes, but that's okay. We have range on this platform. And so, kids, Michelle, you've watched a kid already. I have babies in incubation, and growing.
You got one in incubation?
Not at present.
Okay, I was
Not
like,
at
are you revealing something on the show
No,
today? That's not
no,
okay.
But my husband is working on it
Okay,
every
all
day.
right.
But with that being said, we have more babies in the future here in the Jordan Family Enterprise. But let's get into parenting. Tell me about your parenting journey and what did that look like for you?
Well, first of all, I love talking about Makai. You know how much I'm obsessed with my daughter.
I love
So
her.
we celebrated her 28th birthday last weekend in New York. She wanted a skate party. We did brunch. Like, it was a whole vibe. We had a great time. So I just had to brag on her a little bit. And she's doing amazing. She has her own business. She's scaling it. She's a marketing maven. Like, I'm very
We
impressed.
get it from her mama.
Thank you. I'm impressed by her. I'm really impressed by her. But I have to tell you, the journey of motherhood definitely hasn't been easy. There's no book. You have all these great intentions.
Yep.
And at times they go out the door. At times they stay consistent. But what I can tell you is that if you are intentional about being a parent, you will learn a lot about yourself. So my daughter has taught me a lot about me.
Love that.
And I had my daughter at 23. So we grew on this journey together a little bit because I was ending college. And, your 20s is like discovery.
It is.
It's like finding out who you are, what you like, doing some travel. And that was stunted for me a little bit, right? I could do it at periods when I had support to, send her to, my mom would get Micaiah, my mom and my stepfather.
Yeah.
Her grandparents would have her in the summer for a month. And that was my month to do whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And, you remember in the summer going to your grandparents' house.
All the things.
That is what you did. So I was very happy that I had the support to do that because the one thing about partially being a single parent, her father's definitely a part of her life, but when you have primary custody, you don't have those moments of, I don't want to do this.
It's not always rainbows and unicorns.
You got it all. You have to figure out how to get it done.
Yep.
So that taught me a lot about me and fortitude and just doing the thing, like flying the plane, learning how to fly the plane as you're flying it, right?
Right. Yeah.
But it was a lot of joyous parts. Like, I love being a parent. I was on a PTA, like PTA president. did the first like dance for her high school because she went to
you
a
was
charter
doing a
school.
lot.
Oh, it was fun. I love doing that because I love seeing young people have fun.
Yeah,
so I
they
did
do.
things a little different than my parents, although my parents were very involved. Like
Right.
my stepfather was coaches of the teams. I have brothers. My mom was my Girl Scout leader. She was a cheerleader mom. So that involvement is something that I knew.
Yeah,
Right.
but
so
we-
that was easy.
And we know for some parents that's not always possible.
It's not always possible.
I
yeah.
mean, we have big careers.
Mm-hmm.
We are entrepreneurs. We are entrepreneurs. Our range card is flush with all of our activities as parents, and yours are out of the household. Mine, again, still in the nest, and balance is not real.
No, and I was at a Wall Street firm
Yeah.
for 16 years of raising my daughter. So I
While
moved
being
out
the
west.
parent thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we get guilted, shamed. You can't make it to all the things.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's the sacrifice you make when you're a
Make the
parent.
sacrifice.
Is somebody has to go to work. Somebody has to, be there for the children. We all just try to do the best that we can. And we all have the same 24 hours. So,
Sometimes your sin is also stunted a bit, but that's
Right.
okay. I mean, there's a time period. Now, when I sent her to college in 16, I moved out west. A month later, I moved to California.
right.
Right? That hasn't stopped me. And now I'm in Arizona. So
Right.
while that was a period of focus on her, that's my choice. And
Right.
that was my choice to make her priority, not my career and all the things I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Now we're doing all the things,
At the
right?
same
I
time.
took positions that were in New York and not moving away, and I could have done that, but that's fine. I have a lifetime to do that.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that time. I'm obsessed with my daughter. I love being a mom. It has taught me so much. What about you? Tell me about your journey of parenthood, because you're in the thick of it.
Yep. I started in the pandemic.
Because there was nothing else to do but have sex.
No, a little different scenario. That we will save for another episode.
Okay.
Of,
That's fair.
What not to do in relationship or marriage. But listen, fast forward to today, where my lovely husband that I can't get enough of. We have 4 kids together.
Yeah.
Blended family, 3 girls, and our baby boy Levi together.
He's so cute.
So he's 16 months. He'll be 17 months tomorrow. We love all of our kids, and it's tough stuff.
Yeah.
And so, but listen, and he's a baby right now, so he's so cute. All the baby talk and all the things, and then they grow up, and and those times are sometimes hard as well. So, with that being said, we don't want to scare our guests, Chris,
Because they're new with this journey.
Chris and Renee.
Look at Renee's face. She's like, so.
Oh my goodness. So let's get into it. We have Chris Brown here, who is a high-end real estate luxury broker here in Las Vegas, and also a lifestyle and content creator. I have a funny story about this. We'll get into it. Marketing strategist. He works at Las Vegas Sotheby's International Realty. And also, prior to getting into real estate, had a background in athletics and media, which has shaped his discipline and competitive approach to business. Ooh, that's very good. A digital brand builder and among the top sales agents here in Las Vegas. So what the resume, Chris Brown, and not
Very impressive.
And this is Chris Brown, his own entity. Don't get it confused. His own real estate mogul entity.
I mean, but that's a good confusion.
It is. So I'm sure Chris can get into how often he gets commentary around that. And then we have Renee, Summer Hour Brown. Renee, I love that name.
Yeah.
By the way, it's my mom's middle name and my sister's middle name. So
a
lots
great
of
middle
Renees
name.
here in the Jordan.
Riri.
And so Renee is the founder of Focus 365 LV. She's host of Summer Hour Vegas podcast. Ooh, I want to know all about it.
You're all about
She has been part of the Las Vegas Review Journal as both an anchor and a producer. She is a journalist, a digital strategist, a storytelling expert, also a long career media professional, both in front of the camera and behind the camera. Today, we in front of the camera, girl.
That's right.
And also content strategy leader, creator coach. Ooh, creator coach.
Creator
and
coach. I wonder about that.
board brand strategist. So in the world, we like to say at We Have Range, there is no limit to what you can do. Make sure you tell the people who you are. Shout out to Chris and Renee for those impressive individual range cards. And then also as a together unit, they bring their expertise together and they show what it's like to rebuild, evolve, create alignment, and they do it individually and as a unit, as a married couple. Shout out to the married folks out there.
Like I'm getting sidelined on this show.
Oh, we talking about because we too for two with
all
married
about
people.
the married
It's okay.
people.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Single folks.
I don't feel left out. Trust me.
This space is for you too. And so, Chris, we will start with you. I, of course, as my real estate broker for Las Vegas, who's been on the hunt helping me find an amazing property. You're very, very, very good at what you do. But you didn't always start out in real estate. Tell us a little bit about that journey.
So originally I'm from Los Angeles, California. I went to college at Sacramento State for my undergrad, and I got my undergrad degree in public relations.
Shout out to Sac State.
Yeah, shout out to the Hornets. Stingers up.
What?
Stingers up.
Stingers up, apparently.
Yeah.
But after Sacramento State, I went on to get my master's in sport management at the University of San Francisco in the Bay Area. So shout out to the Bay. I was out there too. But in sport management, it's not necessarily like being a sports agent. It's just working in the field of sports, and you can kind of choose what area of sports you want to be in. I got into like the marketing and operations side, so that's really where I specialized in, and took jobs working with the Golden State Warriors as a PR assistant, and then I was working at Stanford, Cal, just getting my feet wet in any sports job I can do in the Bay Area, just so I could be well-rounded and really understand all avenues of the business. Smart. And then as I graduated from grad school, I saw a job in Orlando, Florida. I'm originally from LA, as I mentioned. Know no one in Orlando, Florida. I have no ties.
Right. We talk about getting out of your own backyard, though.
Yeah.
I was on the first thing sailing to Orlando, Florida when I got that job. So no one really understood why I made that big jump. But for me, it was an opportunity of why not? Like, why stay to where I was comfortable?
Right.
And as I was in my 20s, I knew that I wanted to grow as a man and just in my life. So I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and go to Orlando, Florida, get this job in sports. And I was working at the University of Central Florida, and I was a director of capital projects over there. Okay. So any new building that got built on campus, I was in that office where I was helping out building and all the permitting and helping keep us in compliance.
I'm starting to hear the setup. I'm trying to hear the
and
setup.
then just on the operational side. So football game days, a lot of the staffing and, from concessions to security to the teams to the umpires, the coaches, I had to organize literally everything and make sure that the event took place, to make sure that the football field was taken care of, make sure the grass was cut, the logos was where they were supposed to be.
11 jobs.
Everything. Yeah. So it made me into a better person because I knew what it meant to have to do a lot and wear a lot of different hats.
Right.
So just understanding holistically how everything works from top to bottom, so that when you really get into the particular area or expertise that you enjoy, you know how everyone else's job works, so you know how it affects yours.
Right.
And then when I was in Orlando, Florida, I want to say poached, because there was a semi-pro professional football league that was starting, and they came to my facility for a site visit. And the president of the organization, he was like, "How much are you making?" And I told him. He was like, "I'll give you $30,000 more if you come work for me."
Boom. Busted a move.
Is that now back into Vegas?
No, that was staying in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
He was making it pop.
And when I left to go from San Francisco to Orlando, I took a $25,000 pay decrease.
Gotcha.
So I took a risk.
And how did that lead you into the Vegas community, being the wonderful real estate broker that you are?
So after I took that job, because of the pay increase, because I felt like it was a good opportunity to get that money back that I lost.
Right.
The company went bankrupt in 5 months.
Bam.
So I kind of had to figure out what was next, what was my next avenue. And I had a best friend at the time who lived in Las Vegas. And he was like, hey, I know you got a tough situation going on, but I got a couch back in Vegas for you if you want to move out here and start over.
Boom. And I'm all about a reframe. And that reframe led to Renee finding her husband. So Renee,
At some point, but put a pin there.
we'll put a
We're gonna
pin to
pivot
your
and hear
journey.
a little bit about
and
Renee's
we're
journey.
trying to figure out how this
Yeah.
came together.
And then we'll bring it back
man.
together.
Yeah.
So Renee, tell
Hi.
us your background and what led you now together at this point.
Yeah. So I'm originally from New Jersey. Grew up mostly in
Whoop,
San
whoop, what
Diego,
part?
Trenton.
Okay.
And it was after I graduated with a marketing degree from Long Beach State that I had to figure out what I was going to do. I graduated in 2009. It was a horrible economy, moved back home, and I started going back to school for broadcasting. So I did a lot of radio. I got a lot of awards. I worked for 3 different news stations in San Diego. And a friend of mine was like, you need to be doing like broadcast news or TV or something. Like you're hiding behind the radio stuff. And so I got into broadcast and I got my first job in San Diego. I was a news anchor. I was a producer. I moved to Yuma, Arizona, where I worked for an NBC affiliate.
Okay.
I know. But you know what?
She's been following you, my show.
But let me say this.
Yeah.
But let me go say somewhere else.
No, but let me say this. A lot of people don't recognize the weird trajectory you have to take when you're in broadcast journalism.
Right.
And as much as it cringes people to hear like Yuma, Arizona, I loved my time there. I met some incredible people. The community there was close, tight knit. They treated us like we were celebrities. I mean, it was all love. So shout out to Yuma. I never
Yuma
forget
people
Yuma.
don't come for me. By
Yeah,
Right.
she just don't know. She just don't know. Right. She just don't know. So I worked for the NBC affiliate there as their primetime news anchor. And then I moved to Waco, Texas, another
Okay.
place that people are like, right?
Waco, okay.
Waco,
Isn't that the
Texas.
place where the compound was?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to the Waco,
Yes.
Texas.
But again, the smaller communities to me are the
loving your
best
pivots, though.
communities,
Yeah.
right? This is where you're learning so much. This is where you make your mistakes. This is where you grow. And so I was an MMJ, a multimedia journalist. I shot, I wrote, I edited, and then I was their weekend anchor as well. And I also trained a lot of the new reporters and meteorologists that came in. After that, I got a job here for the Las Vegas Review-Journal as their digital news anchor.
Okay.
I had gotten a master's degree in digital journalism, so I thought that was the next best step.
Okay.
And working for an older legacy newspaper, they wanted to go digital. So I thought it was a great move to get on YouTube and start doing all of those things. And I'd work with them for about 5 years until I was let go.
Okay.
I'll say that politely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, as
Yeah,
you toss your
I'll say
hair-
that politely.
Right. No,
right.
we talk shit when we have range. We won't be nice about
Okay.
it.
Well, I was
They're
fired for
li-
no reason. How about that?
Fired for no
That
reason.
part.
That
Thank you.
part.
Yes.
Y'all missed out.
Deserved better. But but that was my pivot point. And so in 2021, as I was growing on social media on my own, on TikTok, I was going live a lot on TikTok. So I had about 100,000 followers on TikTok.
Wow.
And I met Chris's former business partner, and he was like, let's go to lunch, let's hang out, whatever. So met them, and like a couple weeks later, he was like, I'm going to a dinner. I do a lot of content creating as well. And I got invited to a restaurant. I'm going to be with other realtors. You should come with me. And I'm like, sure. Like, I'm getting out of a previous relationship. I want to be outside, meet new people.
Oh, he
so
was trying
I'm
to
like,
be slick with it.
yeah,
I know a slick.
let's go, right?
Right now.
So we go to the restaurant, and there's Chris, and there's actually 2 other realtors, or one other realtor and his partner.
Because this is his former business partner.
This is his former business
right.
partner.
And y'all
Yes.
having a business dinner.
Well,
This is
it was
Chris's former. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was shadiness happening.
No,
It was
there-
just a get together.
It was just
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
together
yeah.
because
Okay,
as
got
a
it.
content creator, especially a food creator here in Vegas, you get invited to a lot of places where we do a lot of content in exchange for food. So this was his way of getting his guests together so we could all do content.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm fairly new to the content creator food scene, but I've been creating content for years as a news anchor.
Right.
A lot of my other news anchors, I was the oldest one there, but the youngest one at heart. So I'm creating funny videos, I'm doing dance stuff, and all my coworkers are like, there goes Renee again, doing all this TikTok and all this stuff. And I'm like, y'all got to get into this. Like, this is what people are doing, right? And so that's how I was able to grow who I was, because people didn't want to see a boring news anchor. They didn't want to see another news anchor giving news that triggered them. They wanted to see someone with a personality.
And how did that connect you to Chris?
Yeah, so we met.
Thinking this was the setup,
so we met at the restaurant. And
Yeah.
then after that, we just became friends, and I kind of started to get to know what his business partner at the time were doing as far as strategy, which was using local content to help drive their business.
Yeah.
Because getting the house is one thing, but living the lifestyle is another. And so that was really intriguing to me, in like, you know, all the things that they were doing. So eventually, when I was cut from my job and he started flourishing more in his business, I really wanted to start creating more and using my skills as a news anchor of 12 years to really start building my platform and helping other creators really build their platforms.
On your, got it. And that led you all together. So
we eventually got together and got married
and all the other things.
But I want to give credit to something that you said, and I want to, no disrespect seriously to Yuma, but I love that you talk about having to do some pivots that's not in the plan.
Yeah.
That is what we always talk about, and it is really how you adjust to the thing. And people always say, what was your favorite place where you lived? I was like, I don't go searching for New York and San Francisco or searching for San Francisco and Phoenix. I live in the experience, and whatever it gives me, I'm going to sink into it. So thank you for sharing that, because I'm sure there's somebody that's going to hear that and be like, maybe I should have gone to that place that wasn't in my card.
And I always have to tell younger journalists that, because they want to be on camera and they see what they see.
Yeah.
But I'm like, are you ready to move to Eugene, Oregon?
Right.
Are you ready to move? And they're like, and it's like some of those experiences, although uncomfortable, they were like some of the best. I met some of the best people that I'm still friends with to this day from
You know what that reminds me of? Is this book called Untethered Soul, and it talks about how you just walk through the world uninhibited and just experiencing it. If you haven't read it, you have to I read it every year, and I've gifted it. By the way, I'm going to gift it to you guys, and you should read it together, because it's an amazing book for couples getting out of your own way and just living in the moment and not trying to set up the expectations.
Yes.
Right.
And I think sometimes in relationships, we try to set the expectations versus just experiencing the other person.
Yeah, and I have a little different take. So she said uncomfortable, and we like to talk about rehab reigns, do it scared.
Yeah.
But I think of a book called F Your Comfort Zone.
Yes.
That sounds more like you got to get up and get after it. So if it's your backyard, and that backyard is going to keep you in the same community that your parents, and then parents.
Absolutely.
You know, you stressed out over some ideas from deceased people that ain't even here.
And you learn so many other skills outside of the career, right? Like I had to move to 3 different states, and you learn so much about just taking care of yourself, paying bills. You got to sell your car, you got to sell your furniture. I mean, when you get a new job in journalism, you're out in 2 weeks.
Right.
So everything has to kind of align in that way where you got to be in and out and ready to adjust. So it taught me a lot of like skills that like you're kind of forced to learn.
Right.
That is, you can't get that anywhere else.
Is there a particular move that stands out to you? Like, is there one where it's like 99% I'm not going, and then something turned the corner? What did that look like?
Not really.
No.
I took the opportunities as they came. Every move was a better pay and a better position. So for me, it was just like, take the opportunity. Now, as I got older, I had to realize, okay, I'm not going to be moving all across the United States everywhere, and because I still have a life to live.
Yeah.
I do want to get married. I do want to have children. And so when when Las Vegas came up, I said, you know what? I still got a lot of family in California. Most of my family still resides on the East Coast, but I grew up mostly on the West Coast. So I was like, if I'm going to start building a foundation, I need to be closer to home. So moving to Vegas was like, could I ever see myself moving here? I mean, when you're younger, you drive here, you party here and all that stuff. But
now you got
now
a
that
whole
I'm here,
husband,
I'm like,
you got
I
a
love
whole
living
life.
here.
You have a career. You have a husband, and you got a baby. So
listen.
So Chris, you've married Renee. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman and story. Renee, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Tell us how is your lifestyle today? How are you? It sounds like she's a content maven. How is that complementing what you've done and what you've built in terms of your platform?
So when I first got into social media content creation, I was doing a lot of like food reviews at different restaurants and lifestyle and entertainment things in Vegas. So I was kind of winging it. I was like, I just want to show people like Vegas is a cool city to live in, and this is all the things that you can do out here if you do choose to relocate here and buy a house, or if you live here already.
We need a recommendation for a restaurant for Tucker.
Oh gosh.
Oh, we can. I got plenty.
Just
So
get up
many.
their page.
We got
online,
plenty.
all the things.
But once I met Renee, her digital journalism background helped shape me into doing it at a higher level because she did it at a high level.
Right.
So I got onto YouTube about 3.5 years ago. And when I first got on YouTube, I was scared. I was nervous.
Yeah.
And you talking to somebody who's in front of a camera with bright lights all the time.
Right.
I would go up to her after every YouTube video and be like, babe, how'd I do? And she'll throw me
I
through
was
the ringer.
ripping him apart, poor
Right.
thing. I didn't mean
We need
to, but I
feedback
was.
post-show.
Yeah.
I told you I
got
have a
it.
little funny story about YouTube. If y'all don't follow Chris and Renee's YouTube, you're going to see some fun stuff. And for a while there, I was watching Chris as a future client. I didn't know it at the time, but I was watching Chris and his informational videos about Las Vegas. I'm trying to figure out where's going to be home for me next as I have to pivot and make a move to film our show. And so all the information, Chris is giving me all the nuggets around different parts of Vegas, Summerlin, Henderson, Lake Las Vegas, and he's keeping it 100 with me. He is like being honest. All through the YouTube, I'm picking up on, he's not just saying what's glitter and gold. He's like, if you don't like this area, so I felt like I got to know Chris through that YouTube content. But fast forward, I pop over to his IG page and I'm seeing the lifestyle of both Chris and Renee. And Chris is break dancing, dropping it low, hip hopping it in his videos on YouTube and on IG. So I'm like, hold up. Not only is he good at his work, he's sharing information, and he has the nerve to dance like nobody's up here watching him. His hundreds of thousands of eyes right now. I've got to hit him up. This is the real estate broker that's going to help me find a home in Las Vegas. So that is the power of creativity,
The content solder.
of getting out of your comfort zone.
Because that's what I want. I want people to meet me for the very first time and feel like they already know me.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's going to help our relationship when it comes to going out and buying a house. It's not awkward when you first go out and do a showing. Like when we first met, it was like we've talked to each other for months.
Already.
So
It was
that's
dope.
the feeling that I want people to have when
Right.
they realize that I am available and you want to work with me. When you hit me up, this is who you're going to get.
Right.
Same dude you got in the video is the same dude who you're going to see in person.
And the way you build, your values are so aligned with each other. How did you know, just from that perspective, that you could be like, she's making me uncomfortable, he's got to do more? How did you find alignment in building this amazing brand that you two have together?
And do you have any advice for us?
Right.
Just get out of your comfort zone. I think right now, especially after the pandemic and the boom of influencers, people just want authenticity right now.
Okay.
It's not really about the following, it's about the quality of your followers. And so for me, being hard on him was because I saw his potential to be great. And, all the talking stuff, it's practice, right? The more you do it, the more comfortable you get. My first anchor reel, trash. Like, I don't even want to look at it, right?
Call it what it is.
It was,
Yeah.
right? And everybody back then was like, oh my gosh, you're so good. And I'm like, where? Like, where are you seeing
Right,
this? But
right.
as you get more comfortable, you're able to kind of show who you are. And I think that's why people gravitate towards us when we're walking around Vegas. There's a lot of people who are, oh my God, we follow you. You guys are great,
amazing.
and
Yeah.
we love that because we want people to feel like they know us. And just meeting Chris, he knows I'm more out and and for him, he was like, okay, I got to be structured and I got to get it right. And I'm just like, no, you just have to be yourself. And I think with time, he's gotten so much more comfortable to now you're seeing the dancing videos. Now you're seeing more of his personality, which I knew he had, but it just comes with time and practice and knowing that when people see you, like, it doesn't matter what they think, because the right people are going to gravitate you. The right people are going to support you and your brand, and the right people will eventually become become your clients.
So I'm Chris in this scenario. I do not like attention. I know I'm sitting here doing a podcast. This is not my comfort place at all.
Idea.
This is Iris and we're going to do this. I'm like, yeah, it sounds great. I prefer more of just voice. No, we should need the whole thing. This is the risk taker versus the non
Video.
So for me, it's an I can talk easy and I can connect with people one-on-one very easy. But for the world to peep inside, have critique, and just have a voice on my every movement, I'm like, cut the bows off my bra because it's showing, and it's all of that kind of stuff I don't care about. I just want to be like in my own zone. So what is your advice? I know you said you have to keep doing it to get comfortable, but really and truly, if there's one piece of advice that you had to give about being a content creator, what would that be?
I think the first thing I tell people all the time is you look how you look, you sound how you sound, get over it. Because that's people's biggest hurdle.
Hold on, roll that back. That's a gem right there.
That is a gem.
Chris, one more time for the people can hear you in the back.
You look how you look, you sound how you sound, get over it.
It's like me getting used to my fupa. Like, it's there unless you're going to get a tummy tuck.
There's many of those in America, child. we just got to keep it moving.
No, that's real.
And you're a real woman with a real body, and there's hundreds of thousands of other women with real bodies with all those things.
And belly.
They don't
Renee,
care
I really
about
don't have a
that.
problem with that. I wear bikinis. I don't care. Like it is what it is.
And that's that's the message.
Pointing for example, right?
Yeah.
We look very different, and we go through different phases.
Yeah.
And we give birth to the world. Hello.
Yeah.
So,
We love that birthing thing.
But he's right. I mean, half the videos I do, like, you'd be lucky if I slap makeup on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is who I am. This is what I look like. And nobody is ever questioning, like, you should put some makeup on, or they just want to see the content, right? And authenticity has been like what drives our views. They just want to see us who we are, not faking it, not trying to sell people something, not trying to put on, just to be on camera, just being who we are.
Yeah.
And be relatable.
Yeah.
And be relatable. But Chris, I will say sometimes, I know, especially we're in corporate, we have to have occasions where we dress up.
Absolutely.
Versus dress down. Chris, you dress very sharp. What is it about presentation in real estate? And do you feel, do you dress just to feel good, or is it just I'm comfortable in this, or is there an element of I've got to have a presentation?
I actually love this question because COVID has killed any style.
I think for me, I've always been into fashion, so that's something that I do enjoy, but I also understand that how I look. I'm tall, I'm dark, I have locks. I can't show up slacking. That's just a fact, because a lot of people will judge me based off a presentation.
Natural bias.
So that's just something that I know. I'm like, okay, if I have all of these potential X's in someone's eyes, I'm going to look damn good when they see me.
That's right.
Right? Tell the people. Right.
Because
it also
that's how
makes
it is.
You present yourself sometimes, in my opinion, the way that you're presented. Like, you show up, your energy shows up a different way. I never did pajamas during COVID. I was like, what is happening? We're on calls and these people are on pajamas and hoodies. I was like, no, go at least put a shirt on. That's minimal effort, right?
Michelle and I are different. I was
the
in the
minimal
snuggie.
effort. I would be in, and I'm not a makeup person either, but I would put clothes on. I'm just that person.
Yeah, I was like a half and half. You know, professional on top, party on the bottom. You know, so
that's fair.
But that's coming from the news anchor perspective, where I always had to put on something. I always had to have makeup on, hair done. So it was like, if I just had to do half the work, y'all ain't got to see the rest of that. I'm right here. All right.
Yeah.
What do you? Oh, go ahead. No,
I was just going to say. So all that experience comes together. You all have an amazing digital present. What does that look like? What are you passionate about? What are you working on most? What are you building right now?
Family content. Now that we got the little one on the way.
Okay.
So we recently started a dedicated family page on Instagram. So we're doing more intentional things where it's based around us, marriage, parenthood, date nights in Vegas, because that's what people come to us for.
Yeah.
It's for different things to do in Vegas. Right. Now we're going to sprinkle in like what it's like with Chris and Renee being
what
parents.
Restaurants do you take with a little baby in the carriage? Yeah.
Right. And I learned that you can't get into everything.
Keep your little gremlin at home.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, you can't always have kids at these places,
Mhm.
but y'all have fun. Now tell us
Wait, no. I want to hear what date night looks like in Vegas.
Date night. Yes, tell us
Oh,
what
man.
Tell us what that looks like.
I mean, it's really whatever you want it to be, right? Vegas is the entertainment capital of the world. So if you want to spend some money and look nice and all those things,
Pop some bottles.
pop some bottles, you can go over to the Bellagio.
Tell
you
them
can
our
go
favorite steakhouse.
Favorite steakhouse is Edge Steakhouse at the Westgate,
Oh.
which
Edge
it seems like it's
Steakhouse.
off the beaten path,
Edge
but we have
Steakhouse,
been
okay.
to so many steakhouses here, and by far Hanks is another good one.
They top 3.
They're top 3. They're at GVR.
Should we go there tomorrow?
But
I don't know, but I'm gonna need this
Edge
Okay.
at Westgate. Shout out to you guys.
Edge.
We
Okay, I think we're
love
going
it
there tomorrow.
Yes, Edge at Westgate. But yeah, I mean, we've done Playground at Luxor, which is just like playing games, having drinks.
It's like an adult playground.
It's an adult playground for
Really?
sure.
Yeah.
After 9:00, adults only.
Okay.
So it's really like, I mean, we've done everything. He took me to the Titanic Museum for my birthday. We're both huge Titanic people. So that for
watch
me
it every
was,
time
we
it
watch
comes
it
on.
every time it comes on. So that was like a great birthday
All
date
right.
night for
this
me.
is the
That
key,
is
y'all.
really
Is this
fun.
a dating tip?
Okay,
Watch
wha-
Titanic together.
Yeah.
Watch Titanic together. Quick
Right.
question.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite concert to go to? Because I saw Usher here and I'm seeing Jeezy in a few
man.
weeks. Usher has been top 5 concerts, and especially in Vegas. Fire.
Okay, I'm going to preface this with I'm a huge Kendrick Lamar fan.
Oh, yeah, I saw him in Chicago.
And
Fire.
the
Shout out to
concert
K Dot.
was fire. However, I ain't gonna lie, Beyonce put on a
Tell
hell of a
him.
show.
Oh,
I
Beyonce
know.
is
Oh, yeah.
a performer.
I mean-
What is it? The Renaissance?
Yes.
She went off.
I'll let
Oh,
you
yeah.
have that one. I saw Renaissance still. Usher's top for me.
Yeah.
Over Kendrick, over Beyonce. I love you, Beyonce,
I
but
don't
I'm
know.
just
I
saying.
feel like they all offer a lot of range.
It's something different for what
It's
you
something
need. But
for
that
whatever the
Usher,
mood
it
is.
took you to church, to the strip club. I didn't even know you can do that in the same set. Skating rink, it was very nostalgic. I'm from
it was
Atlanta
great.
too.
What
was
about
great.
the
And
Usher
so- and I knew-
Chris
I-
Brown concert coming up?
Oh, I saw.
Oh, I
the
already did. I was like, who-
No,
they got my money.
I'm going right.
Trust
They got my
me.
money. I won't
It's
go
already-
out
We
for a
already got
month.
our eye on that one.
I love dancing, Chris. You gonna have to show us your moves.
Look, I'm in there.
That needs to be in Vegas though. If they come to Vegas, I'm singing in Vegas.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
So y'all have to put us on the list so we know.
Yeah.
Just get my ticket. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just whatever ticket you want to get, just get it. I got you. I
We
got you.
will have a babysitter.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Renee's like, I don't
Absolutely.
know about that.
No, we will.
We're going. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
We gonna
Right.
be
Well,
outside.
somebody is gonna babysit this little beautiful girl.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wait. I didn't want to know. I didn't hear that. It's a boy. You said.
Sure.
Okay. Well, thank you. This has been an amazing conversation.
I don't
Riri.
think she caught that. Do you want to
Riri.
clarify?
No, I caught it. I
She caught it. She caught it. I
Mary,
grabbed it.
we got
I
what
got
we
it.
doing.
It's fine. I don't know what he said.
So tell us what grounds you in terms of, we know y'all are having fun, y'all doing Vegas date nights, all the things are happening, but tell us what grounds you. What grounds you in terms of your work, personal life? What are the things that what centers you from day to day?
From me, sitting at home doing absolutely nothing. That keeps me grounded because I get to, for someone who creates content so much and I'm always like on camera, on video, doing a voiceover, doing this, I like to just sit back at home and do nothing
You reset.
and not
Right.
be bothered.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes I don't even want to talk. I just want to sit on the couch and just watch TV all day and eat.
Right.
That's relaxing for me.
I think a lot of high functioning people lean into, I need that alone, quiet time. Like,
Yeah.
silence is a real thing, and knowing how to do it well, it resets you. I'm a big personality and big energy, but you got to reset that so you refuel by going and being quiet. Renee, what about you?
I think over the last couple years, since just being released from being a news anchor, I've had to kind of find myself again, which was really hard. And so it's been like kind of a few years of reset for me to just be able to say it's okay to be still. And I think God has really prepared me for that because I'm now becoming a mom. So I wouldn't be able to be out and doing the news thing and doing all those things and working and all that stuff.
Right.
And trying to be a mom. So I think just my whole reset has just, what keeps me grounded is just stillness, my family, my friends, sitting at home with my husband and doing nothing, eating, because we're really good at that, eating and doing nothing sometimes.
Kind of how y'all met.
That's kind of how we met.
Yeah.
But also just like getting into our church family and just staying grounded spiritually. Like that's really been something that like really means a lot to me lately.
Yeah. And you mentioned friends and family, and you've grown such an amazing following. Is it all fun and positive all the time? Is everybody happy for you?
Oh,
or how do
absolutely.
you deal with relationships where there's challenges, or do you have any?
We cut people off like it ain't nothing.
Immediately. That's not hard to do. Like,
We don't care who you are.
I don't care who you are.
ain't getting in line. You out of line. Bye.
Our quote either you in or you out. Pick a side.
Pick a
That's
side.
it.
And
But
if you out,
everybody-
we not gonna hold your hand and tell you
No
to come
straddling
in.
line.
Right.
You gotta
No.
figure
I
that
don't
out.
want. I don't want nobody in my space that do not want to. They don't need to be there.
We actually just had this conversation about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We may throw shade a little later. about
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah. But everything's
Um,
been really good. Like our families love us. I love Chris's family. My family loves Chris. Like it's been very positive. So
Yeah.
we're gonna keep it that way as much as possible.
Yeah.
that's good.
And do you, in terms of dealing with people and the public and the party scene here, do you find there's a lot? Las Vegas, when people think of Las Vegas, they think of Sin City. That literally, that's how you got the
Party.
name.
Yeah.
Partying,
Yeah.
illegal substances, lots of things. How are you dealing with the intersection of being family people and your values being aligned that way, but with like friends who may want to just come here and be about rock and roll?
If you really look at our content, we don't show the strip. Like we're never on the strip, so you don't get that vibe from us that we're always
You
partying.
show the other Vegas.
We show what people do when they live here, because if I talk to anybody that's visiting Vegas and I say the word Vegas, they think we live on the strip.
Right. We listen, y'all.
We don't live there.
This is a vast community in a vast city. We don't all live on the strip.
Yeah, there's more to life than partying, and there's so many families that live here and who
Yeah.
are navigating, the good and the bad and and everything in between. So we just want to again keep our content as authentic as we are.
Right.
And so when we're outside, but we're not outside all the time. Like we'll leave that to the other content creators to do that for that audience who's looking to be outside all the time.
Well, this is Vegas. You can't really be outside all the time because it's hot.
I
as
mean,
hell.
you can. That's the
You
that's
could,
the
'cause they have the air
yes,
conditioner.
you
Right,
really you
right.
really
I mean,
could.
you really could.
But
yeah.
We know
everyone's
people
life is
drinking
different.
every
so,
day out here.
Oh yeah, I
Really?
mean, you
Wow.
can't go
7 days
anywhere
a
without
week
getting
drinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We be at home sitting on the couch like, damn, they out again?
yeah. I'm like, that looks fun, but God, how are you drinking again?
Right.
You just talked about the content that you put out will draw the audience that you want, right? What do you think brands get wrong when they start to try to find their identity? What's something that you find that they do wrong?
Again, I think a lot of brands want to get the hotness, the new hotness, whoever that is. And sometimes that new hotness just doesn't really align with your brand. And they're trying to do it because they know that new hotness has the numbers and the following and all of those things. But again, I just truly believe that authenticity is the key. And in this age right now,
Say go into detail.
yeah, well, no, there's no real detail. It's just.
Do you have a good story from a client?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I just think that, especially right now, brands with the current economy that we're in, they're being very picky choosy now about who they are using to represent them. And so, I think it's important for influencers and creators to find that niche and really target those brands. You're not going to be for everyone, and that's okay,
That is okay.
And that is okay because I think when brands start going outside of the scope of their own audience, then they start losing people because that's not how their core audience identifies identifies with that brand. And so like, you know, yes, we could be like most influencers out here where we're doing Vegas stuff and Vegas this and Vegas that. But like I said, we're about to build a family. So we want to target brands that, yes, it's okay to be young and live in Vegas, but also you're a family. We need family things. We want family activities. And ultimately, that's what we want to share with people, is that Vegas isn't just the Strip, that it is a full-blown community, and that there are brands that represent those communities. And it's not just about the liquor and the partying and all that stuff.
Right.
So I just think brands need to really stick with who represents their niche, because once you start getting into the other stuff, you're going to lose your core audience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
you have to have values
Absolutely.
that are on brand. No pun intended with what you're trying to represent. And it sounds like your value system is very aligned. How does, and I've heard you mention, how does faith come into play with your marriage and in work? I always say have something that grounds you, because if you lean into your own self, chances are you need to be thinking broadly, but have something that grounds you, whatever that thing is. And we know people have a lot of range.
Yeah.
But tell us how does that show up for you too?
You know, again, I think people in this industry get caught up with the numbers and the views and the attention and the validation, and you just forget about who you are and how we still need growth from within, you know? And so whatever that looks like, whether it's self-help, whether it's going to church, whether it's therapy, like you should still be evolving within yourself and not let society evolve you, because you just don't know who you are after that. And so I think when people stop focusing on the outward and start focusing on the inward, that's, you know, I've always really been about sometimes you got to stop and stay present. Being more emotionally connected, I think, is really important. I'm a Pisces. I get really emotional, but it's important to me to stay emotionally connected, because it gets really easy to just get lost in all of the things and all of the planning, and life needs to be this way, and we got to do this and we got to do that. You lose what's going on right in front of you. And so I think it's important to just still ground yourself, knowing that all that stuff is still there and it'll still be there. But like, you got to make sure this is intact or this will attack, right? You got to keep this together.
Right.
That's all
And
you
then,
have.
Chris, just thinking even from your career perspective, we're talking about showing your brand. We're talking about what grounds you. All of this is being shared on a public stage. Right. And there's different careers that you all represent, people you got to work with, companies that you're associated with. How do you continue to show up as your authentic self? Like nobody is watching, because what I get from you is total authenticity. So how do you work through or navigate that? Do you just not care? You're like, I'm going to be myself no matter what. What does that look like for you?
So I have to decipher when to be Barack Obama and when to be Dr. Umar.
Okay.
Because those are two completely different spectrums.
Umar?
Sometimes, you know,
Look at Renee. Okay,
people
you
try
got
to
the
test
same
me.
feeling. Okay.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Gotcha.
I am a nice dude. And sometimes some people try to take advantage of my kindness.
Yeah.
And I have to remind them sometimes. And that pushes me to that Dr. Umar that I don't play that.
Right. And who is Dr. Umar for the people who may not know?
Oh, he's no. We don't need to know about him.
Okay.
We're not giving him a spotlight.
It's another side. It's another
It's
okay.
a
Very
side.
Go look it up.
It's a very
side of
aggressive
being-
side.
How hard do I want to go on people?
Renee
Okay.
knows I'm not trying to give that man.
Renee is picturing him right now. I see
She
Because
knows
I'm
that.
the one who made that analogy. I'm like, sometimes you gotta know
yeah.
when to approach things like Barack Obama and
Yes.
when to approach things, because again, as we continue to grow in the public eye,
Yes.
the wrong thing can be said, and it can
Yes.
literally affect your business, your life. You don't know who you're talking to and what they're
Right.
capable
Yeah.
of.
Yes.
So I think for me personally, no matter how hard someone comes
Yeah.
towards you,
Yeah.
you either just gotta block them or treat them with kindness, or just not say anything. And just
you
keep it
trying to say
moving,
sometimes
because
you gotta be like
right.
Michelle Obama.
Yeah,
When I go
high.
high.
I be going low.
He be
Yeah,
going low
or-
sometimes,
when they
and I'm
go-
like,
when they go low, I go high. Yeah.
Barack Obama.
No. But I get what Chris is saying. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm more like Medea sometimes.
Yeah,
You know.
Medea.
but that's what you have me.
You have nobody else that you can.
But that's what you have me for, so you can say the real thing, how you're feeling, and get it
Right.
You
out.
can come up with Cardi or something.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
sometimes, people try you and test you.
The hot grits on
All
the
right,
stove.
We
Right,
gotta go. We
right.
could talk to you guys forever. You've given us food recommendations. You've given us a glimpse. Your socials gives you a glimpse of the real Vegas. Tell the people where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on my page that is back activated. We up and again.
Shout out to Meta for getting their act together and bringing Chris's IG page back.
They tried to
Shout
turn the
out to
lights
Helen
off on
Chu.
me.
Know
Everybody
people
who
that know
helped.
people that know people.
Right, and our networks and
Yeah.
y'all's networks, because sometimes when they try to cut your tape, cut you off, you gotta fight back.
Yeah.
But you can find me at cb.luxuryvegas on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, any platform, cb.luxuryvegas.
Go
Can we
like,
expect
follow,
you to be
and share.
dancing?
Renee.
I posted a dancing video last week.
Okay. I can't wait to see it. Renee.
You can find me at Renee's News on all platforms.
Renee's
Renee's News
Yes.
on all platforms.
Thank you. Renee
Like,
News.
Subscribe, follow, watch,
Share.
share.
Yes.
They're a dynamic duo couple and professional powerhouses. We thank you for being in the space. Again, like, subscribe, and share from Chris Brown, CB Luxury Real Estate, and also from Renee's
Renee's
News. We
Thank
love
you.
that.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for We Have Range. This has been an amazing conversation. We appreciate you being here in the audience.
And
Definitely
then
got some
also,
gems.
our pages, please like our pages.
We Have Range.
We Have Range. We're on all the platforms. You will
Yes.
find us on YouTube. You'll find us on Spotify. You'll find us on all the places where you can listen to your favorite podcast.
Yes.
And we appreciate you. Facebook too. Shout out to, again, Meta. All the platforms, TikTok, all the.
If you say that one more time, we need for them to be a sponsor.
Right.
Hey, we out.
right.
You don't gotta be famous to be seen. Some of the strongest voices come from in between, from the shadows of the world, chasing impossible dreams.